Welcome, everyone. We're diving into one of the most explosive debates of our time. Former President Donald Trump has made headlines again, this time with a bold statement. There are only two genders. And he's not just talking. He's taking action with an executive order that rejects federal recognition of non-binary and transgender identities. But wait, this conversation didn't just come out of nowhere. Did you know that the origins of recognizing more than two genders in the US go back decades? Today, we're unpacking the history, the data, and why Trump has decided to draw this controversial line in the sand now. Gear up, it's going to get fascinating.
Stay back in the White House, President Donald Trump signing multiple executive orders, and today some of those are being challenged.
ABC Action News reporter Jada Williams is focusing on one of those hot-button issues tonight, gender identity. And she listened to the people most impacted.
A revolution of common sense. That's what President Donald Trump declared he was ushering into the US during his inaugural speech. Specifically, he was referring to the cultural settings of America.
In at least 10 states, including California, anyone who doesn't fall under being a male or female can label themselves as X for non-binary. The first case taking place in 2021 for an intersex individual. However, a new executive order aims to ban this and gender ideology.
What this executive order transparently is setting out to do is to say that these people who are part of our larger LGBTQ community don't exist or shouldn't exist and can't be recognized.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
The origins of multiple gender identities in the US. All right, let's rewind a bit. While the concept of gender beyond male and female feels like a modern topic, it's far from new. Historically, Native American cultures embraced the idea of two-spirit individuals, people who embodied both masculine and feminine traits. This was long before Western influences introduced rigid gender norms. Fast forward to the 1960s and 70s. This is where things started heating up. The LGBTQ+ rights movement began pushing back against binary gender norms, with figures like Dr. John Money leading research on gender identity. By the 2000s, terms like non-binary and genderqueer started gaining traction. By 2020, a Gallup poll found that 5.6% of US adults identified as LGBTQ+, with younger generations embracing non-binary identities at an unprecedented rate. Trump's stand. Why now? So, what's driving Trump to take such a hard stance on this issue? Well, here's the deal. Trump's argument hinges on a few key points. Biological determinism. He believes that gender is defined by biological sex, male or female, as determined at birth. His administration previously supported policies requiring schools, prisons, and healthcare providers to follow this binary framework. Cultural pushback. Many conservative groups view the recognition of multiple genders as an erosion of traditional values. Trump has positioned himself as a defender of these values, appealing to his base, which largely agrees with his stance. Legislative control. Some experts believe this move isn't just about gender, it's also about power. By taking a strong stance, Trump could energize his voter base ahead of elections, making this issue a political strategy as much as a social one. The numbers speak volumes, but here's where things get tricky. According to the Trevor Project, nearly 1.8 million young people in the US identify as transgender or non-binary. That's a huge number of people directly affected by policies like this. And let's talk legal IDs. Right now, 22 states and Washington, D.C. allow gender-neutral markers on driver's licenses. These policies provide an option for people who don't identify strictly as male or female. But Trump's executive order? It seeks to eliminate all of that, rolling back years of progress. Economic implications. Let's dig deeper, because this isn't just about identity, it's also about the economy. Did you know the market for transgender-related healthcare, like hormone therapies and surgeries, is worth $1.9 billion in the US? And with insurance companies increasingly covering these treatments, the industry is expected to grow by nearly 11% annually. If Trump's policies take full effect, experts warn this growth could hit a wall. For businesses offering gender-inclusive benefits, it raises questions about how to navigate these changes. Let's take a moment to think about the human side of this debate. Imagine you're a teenager in a small town who identifies as non-binary. You already face bullying at school, and now your federal ID says something that doesn't reflect who you are. It's not just paperwork, it's your identity. At the same time, millions of Americans feel confused or even threatened by the growing recognition of non-binary identities. They see these changes as too fast, too confusing, and against what they were taught. This issue isn't black and white, it's deeply personal, and that's why the country feels so divided right now. Global context. And while the US is grappling with this debate, the rest of the world is moving forward. Canada, Germany, and Australia have embraced gender-neutral options on IDs for years. Germany introduced a diverse category back in 2013. Meanwhile, the US seems stuck in an ideological tug-of-war. Let's face it, Trump's words have shaken America. But this debate is about so much more than politics. It's about identity, acceptance, and how we choose to define the future of this country. So, what do you think? Is this executive order simplifying things or oversimplifying them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a conversation we all need to be part of. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button for more hard-hitting insights, debates, and stories that matter. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and stay engaged.